Hey, everybody. Welcome to VaynerX Presents, Marketing for the Now. Gary, how are you doing?
I'm quite well. Andrea, how are you?
I am good. I'm always excited for these episodes, but I think this one is going to be a particularly juicy one. Next, we welcome Casey Hurbis, the CMO of Rocket Mortgage, who is driving new innovative strategies, leading a 300-person in-house marketing agency in Detroit. Casey launched Rocket Mortgage's 2 Super Bowl commercials, which claimed the top 2 positions on USA Today's ad meter. His leadership helped place Rocket Mortgage into Ad Age's best places to work in the 2021 list. And he came from 24 years in automotive marketing, most recently for Fiat, where he brought the brand to the US. Welcome, Casey.
Case, how are you?
Good, man. Good to see you. We need to get you to Detroit here soon.
I'm ready. Brother, I'll go anywhere.
I know.
Point, you know.
Last time I saw you, I think it was the Lions game when Sam Darnold was dropping dimes on us back in the good old days.
That was his first career pass was an interception. That stadium was rocking. Everybody was like throwing garbage at me. And then we luckily had the last laugh that day. Case, before we get into you have so many great innovations. People are exploding on the chat, loving your Super Bowl ads. The innovation of your wardrobe is what I'm passionate about. I said this to you in a private meeting the other day. I just love the way you fucking dress. Talk to me about the creativity of the way you dress. Do you think that inspires? I'm being dead serious now. Do you think it inspires creativity?
I'll tell you, a lot of times, and there's no strategy. To me, it's just about, establishing a little bit of the personal brand and bringing some of my personality out. And for me, it helps stifle and bring creativity to the forefront. Like, I should have been wearing my GaryVee K-Swiss shoes today. I forgot them. But I got some Yeezys on. I love wearing Yeezys with a suit. And, for me, it kind of like sets the tone. I mean, we're so blessed to work in such a dynamic, creative world, whether you're on the media account or, the business side of it. And so to me, it's the ability to, feel creative and bring it out every single day.
Where I couldn't agree more. A great comment from First Name, Last Name on YouTube saying that little pink is popping. I agree. Right to the crux of the question for today's show. Where are you trying to innovate in 2021?
Yeah, and great question, Gary. I mean, I will tell you, when it comes to innovation, a lot of it starts at the very top, and that's culture. You've had a chance to spend time with us in Detroit. Dan Gilbert. Dan Gilbert started this company 35 years ago as just him, his brother, and a partner, a little mortgage company, outside the city. And now here we are, 20,000 plus in downtown Detroit. And it starts with culture. And Dan, 20 years ago, as he started the company, realized I need to have these foundational principles that let us drive our decision-making, how we conduct ourselves inside, outside the office. I mean, it is, if you think about culture, culture starts to build success. It frames expectations. It delivers creativity. And so for us, we do not sit back. I mean, yeah, we're America's largest lender, but it is like, I can tell you behind the scenes, it is just thinking about how are we going to continuously innovate, move faster than the speed of the game. And for us, that I think you saw that this past Super Bowl with our creative. I mean, that a lot, while brands may be back in the summer, like, should we be in the Super Bowl? Yes, no. Should we be serious? Should we, with our culture and being able, let's go. And if we fail fast, learn from those lessons. Being able to innovate, whether it's business, product, client service, or creative, is that's who we are. And it starts at the very beginning, at the top with the culture, and it permeates its way all the way through the organization, and even with our agency partners who we may work with, or media partners. I mean, everybody's got to have a seat at the table when it comes to our business. There are no secrets. I'd rather bring in an agency partner or a media partner early on and help us develop that innovation and bring that idea to marketplace that makes, that can help elevate itself on any specific platform.
I don't know if it was Renata or just your energy, or I don't know where I'm at in my mind, but I'm going to ask the question that I want to ask. Do you think your parents were innovative that set you up for success? I'm going very intuitive here right now. I'm sorry to go a little off script.
Let's go back to Casey's childhood. I mean,
you kind of motivated me, right? It's culture. It's funny knowing Dan. Maybe it's where I am in my life, where I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to have stewards of my companies as I continue to grow. And I'm listening to you. I'm like, man, I need to have people like this that continue it if I'm on to, buying Reebok or starting an NFT company. I'm being serious. So I'm just genuinely curious, innovating from parenthood. You and I are in an age group where parenting was going down a very specific book. The way you're just the charisma, the kind of energy you bring. I'm just genuinely curious. Innovation at the parent level. Anything you can tell me? Any insight?
Well, listen, I grew up blue collar kid. Dad was a firefighter. Mom worked at a restaurant. I was the first kid in my extended family to be blessed enough to go to university, the great Michigan State University. And, getting into this business is just like, for me, I've been doing this 28 years and I enjoyed the first 24 in automotive, did a lot of amazing things there. But when I joined this organization 4 years ago, Gary, and again, you've spent time with us, like, it's just so infectious to be in an organization that fosters, innovation, driving the culture inside, outside the walls. I mean, to me, it's just, I wish I found this organization 10, 15 years ago. I got a lot of miles left on these tires, but it's just so exciting to see how we're continuously iterating and thinking about not just what's today, what's going to happen in the financial wellness sector, if you will, this year, next year, 5 years, 10 years down the road. And we're working towards that. Yeah.
Let's talk about that, because I think this is where this could get interesting. You have outmaneuvered your competition over the last 35 years. There's just nothing else to say about it. How significant are the conversations and understanding of how powerful the blockchain is going to be in disrupting the mortgage industry? Are those combos, you're in a funny spot when you're the one disrupting and there's an innovation looming that has incredible disruptive powers in its bones. How much is that a combo? Because I think that's where a company like this can get caught. This is cliche. 35 years, you're kind of beating to the punch the incumbents. Meanwhile, there's a complete platform shift thing brewing that may let a new thing happen. I call it put yourself out of business before somebody does it for you. How real of a combo is that case?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of conversations, being America's largest lender for us, it's, there's an old adage too, is when you're the lead dog, you don't want to look behind your shoulder. You got to understand what's right in front of you. There's also an ism. You don't understand what our isms are here is sometimes you got to ignore the noise. So there's a lot of things, maybe disruptions in the marketplace. What we're focused on is we'll understand what those disruptions might be. How could they possibly affect our business? But for us, it's about carving our own path and destiny and making sure that we are just running down that road. And if things happen to, last year, think about the disruption to all of our lives back March and April. Like, we literally overnight had a pivot on a dime, and that was totally reactionary. And then once we made sure our team members, our clients were safe, how the hell can we be proactive? So literally in 5 days, Gary, we stood up the nation's largest COVID testing center in downtown Detroit in 5 days, working with the city, helping hospitals. So for us, it's about moving at the speed of the game, pivoting and just going, react. It's think, communicate, and then execute.
Super Bowl is my favorite ad in the world, even though I'm mostly obsessed with digital. You had a big one. How do you think about innovating? Big two. How do you think about innovating in Super Bowl? What's too much innovation? What's not enough innovation? What's the future of Super Bowl spots from your perspective? Any thoughts on that front?
Yeah, great question, Gary. And we've seen it. I mean, you and I sat watching Sunday. There's 57, 58 brands. Almost every brand now has a celebrity in it, which, maybe over time, if we look at it, it wasn't as many. But what I'm finding really interesting is how many brands use celebrity, and maybe they're there just for the sake of being celebrity. Our approach is utilizing the talent. And we've been so fortunate, in my three Super Bowls I've been a part of here, Keegan-Michael Key, Jason Momoa last year, and this year with the awesome, amazing Tracy Morgan, a big Nick and Jets guy, or a Giants fan, actually.
Yes, be careful. I'm getting.
Yeah, that's right. But what we want to use our talent to help us tell that frame story, the brand story along the way. They help deliver it, and they're not just there for that. So I think you'll start to see brands doing more of that. And then obviously it's a second, third, fourth screen. We had our war room. We had 25 people safely placed in a large room and another 100 behind the scenes, activating not only our two spots, but pre, during, and post. I mean, just the amount of wargaming that needs to take place to pull off a Super Bowl campaign, it just continuously evolves. We weren't thinking about TikTok as a platform last year. Now we are. How do we use, how do you utilize those TikToks, the emerging, technologies and media platforms to help extend, amplify, the largest investment any brand's going to do, on a one night standpoint.
Case, with the final seconds, the favorite innovation that struck you as a human in the last year? New platform, new app, new anything. 30 seconds on your favorite innovation.
Well, good question. 30 seconds for me. Biggest innovation last year's. I will tell you, this is not innovation, but for me, it's an innovation in that I've never worked from home in 25 years. And now I have found myself like I'm paperless. So I used to I look like, I was a hoarder of paper. Now I'm paperless. So for me, it's like, it's sometimes when there's a crisis, it develops an opportunity. And for us, it was like, I found the crisis, found the opportunity. And for me, it's like I've innovated myself and from a work standpoint, leadership. So
thanks for being on, brother.
See you, buddy.